Season 2 of Black Ops 6 is upon us, and we haven't even finished criticising all the base and Season 1 guns yet. I suppose, to be fair, given how ridiculous the Pepesha 41 is in this game, we might need the extra time, but until then, here's part 4 of everything wrong with Black Ops 6's weaponry. As usual, for context, there's a whole bunch of legal reasons why the guns can't be realistic, and the game takes place in 1991. Starting off with the Frost line, the Gain Twist barrel is inaccurately based on the AWM, which wasn't developed until 1998. Similarly, its suppressor is inaccurately based on the AWS, which was also not developed until the late 90s. The PP919's balanced stock is modelled after the PP1901 Vitiaz stock, which didn't enter service until 2008. The Infiltrator stock is modelled after the Czech VZ61 Scorpion. The PP919's heavy stock is a stylised and miniaturised version of the stock off of an AN-94, even though that gun was not adopted by Russian forces until, you guessed it, 1994, clues in the name. Most likely as a follow-up from the Krig 6 in Black Ops Cold War, the Krig C is a stand-in for the Swedish AK-5C. Despite this, the model in-game is based on the more historically appropriate Pindad SS1V5, with an AK-5's fire selector lever and the AK-5C's bolt release paddle, even though the AK-5 wasn't actually released until 2006. The heavy stock is a stylised stock with a carry hole inspired by the Singaporean SR-88A stock. The Gain Twist barrel is a fictional rail handguard inspired by the TBA Suppressor's FNC Quad Rail handguard, a product which did not come out until 2014. The Hawker hybrid sight is modelled after the Swedish CG-A5P prototype optic. This optic never actually reached production. The AK-74's fast mags are based on the windowed AK magazines from Copperhead USA. Firstly, Copperhead USA wasn't even founded until the 2010s, and secondly, the windowed AK magazines were made for 7.62 rounds and not the, themselves inaccurate, 5.45mm rounds that the AK-74 uses in this game. The SVD's Precision handguard is an elongated hybrid of the RPK-74M polymer handguard and the lower handguard from the AK-74M. The SVD's Gain Twist, Reinforced and CHF barrels are all modelled after the SVD-M, a model not produced until 2018. Both the Zarkov 7.62's CQB grip and the Model L's ergonomic grip appear to be a repurposed MG3 machine gun grip. The Zarkov is based on the SVU, but its quick draw grip is based on an AKM grip. The weighted handguard features a lower section from the AK-74M and an upper section inspired by the OTS-03. The Marksman handguard is derived from the East German STG-941 rifle. The balanced stock is based on the Soviet 6x49mm TKB-0145S. The SVD's lightweight handguard is modelled after the Soviet 6x49mm SVK and SVKS, a gun which is not even chambered in the same caliber. The Model L's heavy stock is modelled after the Amelie machine gun. The long barrel is a stylised G3 handguard, somewhat similar to the HKG-41 rifle. Before we continue this video, it's time for a word from our sponsor. We all know that it sucks the paint off your car's hood when you're just trying to play Warzone, but you always end up in lobbies full of sweats and tryhards. So why not give NoLag VPN a go? They offer a simple solution that keeps your latency low while giving you access to much more relaxed servers. It's available for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and it's designed to make your gaming sessions more enjoyable by connecting you to servers with lower competition, allowing for a much more casual gaming experience. NoLag VPN offers a wide range of server locations worldwide, including Kenya, Cambodia, Taiwan, Nigeria, Canada, and Vietnam, Jakarta, Morocco, and Israel, Turkey, Malaysia, Dubai, Kyrgyzstan, Singapore, Ireland, Ukraine, and Russia, then Cyprus, and then Miami. And that isn't all, they even have Mexico, New York, Egypt, Los Angeles. You can choose the best location for your needs and start enjoying easier lobbies right away. The service is also completely safe to use with no risk of shadow bans or any other issues as it fully complies with the game's terms of service. Right now, you can take advantage of an exclusive 62% discount when you sign up through the link in the description or in the pinned comment. For more information, visit the website at nolagvpn.com and get started today. Improve your Warzone experience with a VPN that lets you enjoy the game without any of the stress and sweat. Alright, back to criticising guns. The Model L is yet another gun which is shown to be used in the hands of the Iraqi armed forces, presumably as a stand-in for G3 rifles. The AS Val's Infiltrator stock features the stock of the SVDS. This also applies to the AEK. The Val's Balanced stock is modelled after the SR2, yet another invention of the late 1990s. The SR3 appears under the name KSV, and for some reason it's classified as an SMG, despite being chambered in 9x39mm, which is an intermediate cartridge. The KSV's balanced stock is, oh look, it's the Scorpion stock again, inexplicably. The iron sights attachment for the DM10 and LR7.62 are based on Troy battle sights, though Troy only began manufacturing sights in 2004. The DM10's suppressor attachment is inspired by the M110 DMR suppressor with elements of the USP suppressor, neither of which were introduced until 2007. The DM10's light stock is based on the Double Star ARFX skeleton stock. The DM10's heavy stock is partially based on the Cherokee cheek pad risers, made in the late 90s. The LR7.62 is based on the Ultima Ratio, which was not produced until after the Gulf War ended, quite a bit after 1991. The Ranger barrel and Marksman barrel are based on the railed handguards by PGM, which again weren't made until after this game's 1991 setting. The Pinpoint Holo Scout is based on the EOTech 511 with elements of the 553, products respectively of 2001 and 2006. The Pinpoint Hybrid is another 2000 invention, being based on the HHS-2 optic. The Siren 9mm is weird. It's mainly based on the Russian PP90M, but its design includes the stock of the Ukrainian Goblin, and it also has a very strange charging handle, which is completely unidentifiable. The Maelstrom is based on the Pancor jackhammer, or rather it was based on the mock-up prototype of the Mark III variant, which was never actually completed. Ironically, this makes the Maelstrom an improvement over its real-life counterpart. The only functioning models of the Pancor jackhammer required the user to completely disassemble the gun in order to replace the cylinder. Instead, the Maelstrom uses a bullpup magazine instead of being a revolver shotgun. This change also means there are many subtle differences between the Maelstrom and the jackhammer. For instance, as already mentioned, it has a magazine instead of a cylinder, the magazine isn't serrated due to the change in feeding, and various other small details. The balanced stock is based on the Double Star stock, but actually equipping it would result in the removal of the cocking lever. The Infiltrator stock is a shortened Svur G3 stock, which wasn't released until 2014. The Maelstrom should not be able to load Dragon's Breath rounds. Save for very recent developments with products like Super Dragon's Breath, semi-auto and full-auto shotguns can't cycle them properly. The Kepler Red Dot is based on the Aimpoint Comp M2, which wasn't made until 1995 to 97. The Stechkin APS appears as the Grechova. The short barrel attachment for it is inspired by the slide of the German PP or PPK. The CHF barrel is based on the Croatian PHP MV. The Gain Twist barrel is based on the slide of the TT33. The reinforced barrel, on the other hand, completely fictional. The Extended Mag 3 attachment appears to be a PM84 round drum mag, but as is getting to be a theme with this game, it is underloaded, holding only 60 rounds. The Panzerfaust 3 appears as the HE1. It also appears a year too early because it was adopted by German forces in 1992. And not only is it too early, it is also again in the wrong place, being used by Iraqi forces. If your character has the HE1 equipped and is sitting supine, they hold it in a very dangerous position. From this position, the backblast could potentially blow their head off. The AS Val's suppressed Gain Twist barrel features a stylized version of the handguard from late versions of the 9A91, which wasn't designed until the 2000. The short barrel for the SG-550, or SWAT 556 as it's known here, is based on the SG-552 carbine, a gun from 1998. The AK-973's combat stock is based on the PKP, which wasn't designed until 1995. The Extended Mag 2 seems to be based on the 6L31, though 60-round mags for the 7.62x39mm didn't start appearing until the 2010s. The Gain Twist long and reinforced barrels are based on the Ruger Mark 1, 2 and 3 pistols and some modern sport pistols like the Browning Buckmark, which didn't exist in their current forms during 1991. The USAS-12 appears as the ASG-89. The light stock is based on the M60E6 machine gun stock, a post-1991 design. The VMF variable scope appears to be a very heavily modified PSO-1 scope, modified for use on rails. According to DBeamer 2023, this is inspired by the PO 4x42XP, which wasn't introduced until 2017. The AK-973's reinforced barrel appears to include parts from the AK-100 series, such as the AK-100 series handguard and the bars system from the AK-107, 108 and 109 rifles, all of which are post-1991 developments. When attaching a grip to the AS Val, the game adds a B3 mount by Zenit Co., which wasn't created until 2007. The Frostline's Infiltrator stock is based on the Magpul PRS Gen 2 stock from 2012. The Frostline's Light stock is inaccurately based on the late stages of the AICS 2.0 chassis, which wasn't replaced by the newer AICS AX chassis until the early 2010s. The Sigma 2B appears to be an FIM-92 Stinger, but it operates differently to its real-life counterpart. The Sigma 2B's ammo source is actually the Stinger's BCU, not to mention the real-life Stinger isn't even meant to be reloaded at all. Once it's fired, the battery is discarded and the user gets a new one. Instead of its actual missile, the Stinger is shown firing a PG-7V rocket from the RPG-7. This is anachronistic and wrong. And finally, just to sneak in a bit of Season 2 content, the War Machine is based on a POR-20 grenade launcher. This was not designed until 1999. This is an odd choice because the earlier Black Ops 2 did in fact use a period-appropriate weapon, namely a Milcor MGL, which was tested in 1981 and adopted by the SADF in 1983. So I have no idea why they couldn't just use that again. And that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, share and subscribe to both of our channels. Shout out especially to DBeamer2024 for their immense help during the production of this video. Until next time, from both of us, it's ta-ta!